there are some people who do believe that the talk of Joe Biden being replaced is absolutely ridiculous. Are you familiar with Allan Lichtman?
No.
Okay, Allan Lichtman is somebody that has predicted pretty much every presidential election, and that includes Trump beating Hillary, which was shocking. So he was on with Abby Phillips on CNN recently. It's about a 3-minute clip, but it's worth watching the whole thing about him talking about, he has a formula basically on how he's able to predict who's going to win the presidency. And I think it's like 12 different things in the formula, and you need to check off, I think, 6 of those. And if you check off 6 of those 12, it's something like that in that formula that you're going to win the presidency. But he was pretty indignant about the idea of replacing Joe Biden, and it's a pretty good clip to watch.
Pundits and pollsters and analysts that you see on all the cable channels and all the networks have no track record in predicting elections. And yet they come on and they claim they know how this debate is going to affect the outcome of elections. They have no idea. It's sports talk radio. It may be entertaining, but it has no scientific basis.
So what is the impact, do you think?
Zero. Debates are not predictive of outcomes. Hillary Clinton won all 3 debates, still lost. John Kerry won all the debates, still lost. Barack Obama got trounced, 72 to 20% in the poll, worse than Biden, and went on to win. That's why we rely on the 13 keys which tap into the structure of how elections really work. And they show that Democrats' really only chance to win, contrary to everything you've heard, is with Biden running. Look at the incumbency key. Biden checks that off. The contest key, he checks that off. He was uncontested. It takes 6 keys to count out the White House party.
But you know,
that means
Allan,
of the remaining 11 keys, 6 would have to fall. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Biden doesn't run. They lose the contest key. They lose the incumbency, and only 4 more keys would have to fall.
I think that that's actually kind of what I was trying to get at here, is that the problem right now is that the Democratic Party is considering replacing Biden mostly because it's unclear whether or not he actually physically can carry out the rest of this campaign and put up a fight against his opponent. So that seems like a fundamentally different thing than some of the items that you have in your rubric.
It's a huge mistake. They're not doctors. They don't know whether Biden is physically capable of carrying out a second term or not. Remember, a lot of folks were saying the same thing about Ronald Reagan, who was, 73, and age was very different then. And they said, he's not capable of carrying out another term. He won 49 states. So this is all foolhardy nonsense. The same pundits and pollsters who led us down the primrose path in 2016 are giving the Democrats horrible advice. This proves what I've been saying for years. Republicans have no principles. Democrats have no spine. Republicans are sticking with a blatant liar who lied for every 1 minute and 20 seconds of that debate. Donald Trump put out a lie. And by the way, lies stick. Debate performances can be overcome. And now the first sign of adversity, the spineless Democrats want to throw under the bus their own incumbent president. Yeah. My goodness.
That shit is wild.
Just what you said, Lana, earlier. And
it's wild.
He said it in, a very convincing fan. And this is a guy who predicts all of these elections. And he said it very clearly that this is he didn't even mince words. I mean, it's just a monster mistake to consider replacing Joe Biden. And as you said earlier, Joe Biden will be the only one that makes that decision. I personally also don't think, based on what you were saying earlier and what others have said, I don't think that the Democratic Party is going to necessarily push him out or they're going to stage a coup against Joe Biden.
Right.
I think they're just going to express their concerns and maybe try to convince him to step aside.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm hoping is that the time goes on, we're going to get a louder voices from the other side saying, guys, cool it. We're moving forward. That's it.
Right, just get on board, man. Just fucking get on board. Like you're making us look crazy. Like no, Republicans don't have to say anything. They don't have to run not one clip of Biden because we have MSNBC, we have CNN,
Right.
we have our stations running those clips every day, all day, each show running them. Why would Fox need to do it? We got them over there. We're doing it.
It really is. It's truly amazing. And to me, I don't know. And maybe I'm misreading it. I don't know. But it's just sad to me that these channels, and now, as we talked about last week, the print media, all these, they care way more about the dollar.
Yeah.
They care way more about the money and how can we make the money. And, just like the New York Times coming out with an editorial saying for the good of the country that Joe Biden needs to step down. What are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
He's running against a convicted felon, a liable rapist,
Right.
a guy who's cheated on 3 different wives,
Right.
a guy who has no moral character, a guy who started a fucking insurrection, who said that he did not accept the election outcome. And they're saying Joe Biden needs to step aside. Now, I get what they're saying. They're saying you need to step aside so somebody can beat that guy. I know that's what they're saying.
Right.
But still, it's just so irritating. I saw the Philadelphia Inquirer newspaper in Philadelphia, which is actually good because it's in a swing state in Pennsylvania. Their editorial board came out and mocked the New York Times one, but said for the good of the country, Donald Trump needs to step down from his party.
Yeah, exactly.
Just crazy. We have another good surrogate, somebody that I truly love, and I'm a little jealous because she is now following Lana Quest on Twitter.
Yeah, she liked my tweet the other day too.
Yeah, that's fun.
I said I wish that every state could have an @Jasmine Crockett because she teaches a master class at keeping it real. She was like,
can you just DM her and say, hey, can you hook up my boy B?
If I could do that, I would ask her on the show, man.
Yeah, no doubt. But Jasmine definitely had some things to say. And, what I like about her is that when she does talk, again, she talks with a forcefulness that it exudes confidence, that there is no wavering in what she says or thinks. And she drives the point home, to anybody that's listening to her. Before I play this clip, I would like to ask everybody to please like and subscribe to our show. We are, Lana, we're at 3,000 watch out.
Ooh.
Why are you doing that again?
He's happy. He's like 3,000 watch hours. That's what's up.
And we're close to 500 subscribers. So if we can get that, I'm sorry, Steph.
He's excited.
Come here, Steph. Come here.
Oh, she's excited. Wait,
that's Steffi Graf. Huh?
Is it a dog a girl or a boy?
She's a girl. Steffi
Graf.
Oh
my goodness, I thought it was a boy. The cat's a boy.
Yeah, Ray Lewis.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Ray Lewis and Steffi Graf. Sorry. Anyway, I did not mean to interrupt Jasmine Crockett here. Let's get to what she has to say.
Here's the reality. If you are going to dump somebody because you don't appreciate how they quote unquote performed in 90 minutes and you're going to discount everything that they've done for almost 50 years in this country, then honestly, it's not him that I'm worried about. I'm worried about the people that said that they had his back. The reality is that we see the Republicans will ride with a dude who's got 34 freaking felony convictions and over 50 more counts pending against him. People need to decide that they are going to choose themselves. And if they vote for Donald Trump, God bless us all, because he is only choosing him. That is all he's ever done. That's what he's going to continue to do. And to reward somebody for standing up there, spewing lies and spewing nonsense is ridiculous. You don't have to be in love with the president, but you should be in love with yourself and say, I deserve more of democracy. I deserve more as relates to my bodily autonomy. I deserve more as it relates to economic opportunities. The only person that even answered one economic question was Donald Trump. I'm sorry. I'm just as crazy this morning. was Joe Biden. Donald Trump wouldn't answer anything about the economy. Now, if people say the number one issue they have is the economy, you would think that they would at least say, well, he didn't answer anything about childcare. He didn't answer anything about making sure that there's more economic opportunities for black folk. He didn't answer anything on the economy. So why people think he better at it, I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, pretty strong words, pretty straightforward and to the point. And she's absolutely right. And we've talked about this. It's really not just about Joe Biden. Forget about whether you like Joe Biden or you don't like Joe Biden. It doesn't really fucking matter. If you have children and you vote for Donald Trump, you just have no idea what you're voting for. You just don't. You don't know what you're voting for in your children's lives, especially if you have daughters. What? Are you kidding me?
Right. Or if you're retirement age.
Right.
Social Security, Medicare. He wants to take healthcare away. Like, I'm just your daughters. Like, it's bizarre. They're coming for all of the rights. Just all of them. Before you know it, if you're an interracial couple, you are not going to be able to go into a store.
Yeah.
If you're gay and outwardly they think that you're gay or something, they can turn you away. They're going to start turning black people away. Like, there'll be a case that goes to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court's going to say, hey, it's their business. They can do what they want. Like, we're really going back to Jim Crow, and no one's just listening. I mean, I made a tweet today because Donald Trump is like the execution king. When he came back and when he was president, they brought back federal executions, and him and Bill Barr, they were just executing people left and right. Like, and before he was leaving, they like rushed and executed some more. And then it reminded me how there are some states that have the firing squad, like Idaho, Mississippi, I think Iowa, maybe one, whatever the case is. And then you have to think how they're trying to criminalize abortion, right? So they're trying to, they want to charge women with murder if you have an abortion illegally, or if you miscarry, or a doctor.
Yep.
So, ladies, y'all want to go before the firing squad? Like, it's really like it's for real. This is not a joke.
No, it's not a joke, Lana, but I will tell you one thing that they will get out of this is that Target won't be able to celebrate Pride Month anymore. So that's a big victory for them. Again, I just can't imagine, especially too, I mean, just listening to this fucking guy, and people say, you're talking about listening to Donald Trump. Have you heard your guy? I have heard my guy. My guy understands policy, understands this, but you can't get that through to them because it's ingrained in their head that he's just
bigot as shit. He doesn't talk about black jobs. He doesn't talk about deporting 11 million immigrants or migrants. He doesn't talk about Biden doesn't talk about having migrants be in a fight club and fighting to stay in the country. I mean, have you heard Biden had that idea about?
Of course not. I mean,
it's like, what are we talking about?
It's ridiculousness. And we've said it before. This isn't about Democrat versus Republican. And I was talking to somebody the other day. I said, if a conservative Republican like Mitt Romney wound up beating Joe Biden, I feel like that sucks, but it's not going to destroy our country. It's not going to destroy our economy. It's not going to destroy everything that this country was founded on. But if he wins, it certainly will.